What's up, guys? Mike Mignona here. In this video, I want to just share with you something that I accomplished today that I think is going to be really cool and helpful, and it's going to be a huge time saver for my business. And I'm sharing it because I think it's interesting. It's super helpful for me and my company and how we function, and it might be something that you could implement to help your own business with regards to saving time and being more efficient and being more organized and getting things done. And it involves the use of Zapier to create an automation, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. If you're a marketer, if you're a roofing contractor watching this, you may have heard about Zapier in conversations with marketers and other people. But if you haven't, it's something worth learning. So check all of this out. And I'm also going to show you my CRM that I use for my business. And it's also the CRM I allow access to for all of my clients. They have their own full working CRM whenever they're my client. And in order to get this CRM, there's a link to it in the description of this YouTube video. So just click that. You get a 14-day free trial if you want. After that, it's $97 a month, or it's $297 a month if you're an agency and you want literally unlimited sub accounts that you can use for your clients, sell to your clients, all of that amazing stuff. So just click the link below. You'll get a free 14-day trial, and it's amazing. But I want to show you what I'm doing with my CRM, one of the thousands of reasons to use this CRM, and how I've used it to automate part of my onboarding process. So let's just do a quick little backstory of like what my onboarding process consists of, because I think a lot of you are probably interested in this, and I'm just going to share it with you. So when we get a new client, in order to have them enroll into our program, we send them a link, and in that link, or I should say when they click that link, they land on a beautiful landing page that I've designed where there's a video of me explaining everything that I do, how it works, and what it costs. Now, this is usually something I send someone that I've already spoken to on the phone for a sales call, and they talk to me personally, and they learn about the program and how it all works and what it costs and everything. But I tell them, listen, you don't have to stress out during this call and take notes and remember everything. I'm going to send you a recap video to make it really, really easy for you to rewatch. You can watch it with your business partner. You can watch it with your wife if she has to sign off on these sorts of things. I don't do any of the high pressure stuff. I make it really easy and convenient for people to enroll with me by giving them the tools to make an informed decision. No, I don't want anyone to enroll with me as a rash decision. I want them to do it because they know it's the right thing for them to do. So I send them that link. They land on a landing page with that video, and then underneath that video are buttons to enroll into my program, either month to month, or they can purchase multiple months at a time for a discount. When they click that button, they're taken to a screen that allows them to purchase a month of my service. So that pays me my fee when they complete that by putting in their name, email, credit card information, business name. And then after they successfully are billed for my monthly fee up front, then they're taken to a thank you page. But on that thank you page is an onboarding form. Now, it basically says, congratulations, you're in our program, but don't leave this page. Take 5 minutes right now and fill out this onboarding form. Now, what this onboarding form consists of is a lot of information that I was previously getting from them personally. I would call them up and I would do a Zoom call with them, and I would fill out all of this information into the form. And I would spend an hour on this Zoom call doing that, plus some of the technical stuff that I need to do to get access to their Facebook Business Manager and audit that and set it up properly, and then onboard them into Basecamp, which is our project management software, and then give them a crash course on the CRM that I'm setting up. All this stuff, I was doing it, and it was taking at least 60 minutes of my time every time I onboarded a new client. Now, it was okay for me to do. I've done it hundreds of times, but I want to be able to spend more time creating amazing advertising strategies and systems for my clients. I want to spend more time troubleshooting accounts that need a little bit extra to get over the finish line and get working really, really well. So we are getting a lot of new clients. And I said, you know what? I said to my assistant, I'm going to need to figure out a way to make this process way easier on us to onboard a new client and way easier on me. I want to take myself out of the equation completely. I'm going to do the sales call, a new client's going to enroll, and then automations and you, my assistant, Liz, are going to finish the rest of the onboarding. So I want to show you a piece of this right here, and that is after the client fills out the onboarding form themselves, because almost all of the stuff that was on the onboarding form is information that the client knows about themselves already. So they're going to fill it out, and when they fill it out, all of this stuff happens. Now, let's talk about what that stuff is. First, when they fill it out, I needed a way to trigger something to happen within my project management software. Because what I wanted this automation to accomplish is, I want, when the onboarding form is filled out, I want a new project in our project management software to be created with the name of the company that has entered into our marketing program as the title of the project. Then, but I wanted that also to be created within Basecamp using a template that is basically the same for every single project. Not that the ads are the same, but the things we do to build out accounts and make sure we don't miss any little steps and configurations. I've completed made a template within Basecamp so that whenever we get a new client, we know exactly what we need to do to make sure we don't miss anything. So it creates that project from a template. Then I put a little delay in here, let me get back to actually just explaining what this accomplishes. It creates the project, and then it adds my assistant Liz into the project. It then creates a to-do list called Finish the Onboarding, and then under that to-do list, or as the one item of that to-do list, it says something like, call the client and get the rest of the information and get them onto the project management software, and blah, blah, blah. And there's a link to a battle sheet that I created in Google Docs to give Liz all the stuff and to remind her of every single thing she needs to do with the client. So essentially, this system is keeping us organized by creating a project for a new client and then making sure my assistant knows exactly what she needs to do to get them over the finish line so that we can launch their ads. But it also organizes it by creating that project, and therefore no one's going to fill out this onboarding form and then just like disappear into a black hole and and have us miss the fact that we need to build this stuff out. It's going to be there, and there's going to be stuff assigned to someone, and I can look at all the stuff assigned to Liz. I can look at all of the tasks assigned to me, and it's amazing. So let's talk about how this is built from a more technical standpoint. Even if you're not technical and you're going to have someone else do this for you, it's interesting to watch to see how this stuff works, because once you understand how it works, even from a very basic level, you can be more equipped and able to kind of lead these projects and conceive of what sort of automations might work in your business. So first of all, every zap within Zapier or Zapier, however you pronounce it, needs a trigger, meaning what is the thing that kicks off the cascading series of events that happens in the zap. So the trigger here is when an onboarding form is filled out from our CRM. So in order to make that happen, we are using the Webhooks by Zapier trigger. Okay, I'm going to actually click this and click Edit Draft. I'm not sure why. Okay, it's fine. So app and event. So it's Webhooks by Zapier is what we are using. Now, what we did in order to do this is I needed to create a trigger within the CRM. Okay, this is Go High Level or High Level CRM, by the way, but I'm white labeling it with my company. Full disclosure, doesn't really matter if you know that or not. It's an amazing CRM, whether I'm white labeling it or whether you know that it's high level, it doesn't really matter. And frankly, when I resell this CRM to my clients for a monthly price, I charge a very fair price. And you also get all of the automations that I've built into the CRM that are amazing for nurturing clients and getting your lead to contact ratio up and all that stuff. But anyway, that's all beside the point. Anyway, so I created a trigger for whenever the onboarding form is filled out by the client. So I said the trigger should be, triggered at any time a form is submitted, and specifically the form is this form called onboarding form for client for client to fill out. That's what the name of the form is. Okay. Now, on this over here, you then say, what action should we perform? It's an action within my organization, and the action is execute a webhook. And then after I chose this was empty at the time. I clicked over to Zapier and I chose, the event is to catch hook, not catch raw hook, just catch hook. And then I click continue, and then blah, blah, blah. And it gave me a link. Now the link is not here it is. So it gave me a link. Let's see if we can find it. This is the webhook URL. So I copied this and I pasted it in here, and then I made it active and I clicked save. Then I was able to submit the form. So I actually went over to the form itself, to the page that the client would have gone to had they successfully enrolled with me, and I filled out that form with fake information and I submitted it. So it executed this trigger in order so that there was data available to pull into Zapier. And then I clicked test, and all of this information was pulled in that I could use to build the rest of the Zap. So the next thing I wanted to accomplish was whenever that happened, I wanted to create a project from a template in Basecamp 3. So what I did here was I chose Basecamp 3 as the app or event, and the event was create project from template. Okay, now I had already gone into my Basecamp software, and this template had already existed because it's what we'd used previously to manually create new projects. We would create a new project and apply the template. But now, so the template already existed. So the event is create project from template, and then I clicked continue, and then it just made sure. So it asked me what account I was using. This is my account. And then account is my account. The template, this is the template name that I have inside my project management software of Basecamp. And then the name I'm giving the project that's being created is the name of the company that submitted the onboarding form. Okay, so when you click in here, you can see these are the things that you can use to fill in this field. So what I did was I clicked show all options and I went to company name. Now, obviously, the company name is showing the company that was submitted through that form that I sent in. This is not the company name that's going to show up every time. It's just showing you what company name I had submitted when I did the test in the first step. Okay, so you're going to put in the company name, and then obviously when this is submitted by someone else, it's going to dynamically fill in their company name in this spot. So, you could use multiple things to make this. Like maybe you want the project in Basecamp to be called company name dash and then the owner of the company's name, just so you have the name of the person who owns the company as part of the project name in Basecamp. I don't particularly want that or need that, so I didn't do it. And then I tested that to make sure it worked. Then I put a delay in here, and I didn't know to put this in originally, but I put it in because the next step is to find the project that we just created in Basecamp. And since it's doing it so instantaneously after it's being created, what ended up happening when this ran, when I got a new client, I set this up this morning and got a new client an hour ago, there wasn't a delay in here, and then it couldn't find the project, and the whole Zap stopped working. So it didn't even go through all the steps. So I put a 5-minute delay in here. I created a delay, and Zapier, it's called delay by Zapier, and delay for, right? So you can choose delay for or delay after Q or delay until, but it's delay for, and then 5, and then minutes. Okay, you just choose could delay for 5 hours, 5 days. That would be way too long. Delay for 5 minutes. That's plenty of time, I think, for it to create the project within Basecamp. That's probably more than enough time. It probably only takes 60 seconds. I did 5 minutes just to be safe. And then after 5 minutes, it says, okay, find the project in Basecamp 3. Now, here's how it finds it. Okay, so find the project. That's what we want to have happen in Basecamp. And then it's, again, making sure you have the right account. And then it's saying, what action are we doing? So it's in my account. And then it's searching for the name of the company because that's the name of the project. Okay, so that's what it's doing. Now, it says, should this step be considered a success when nothing is found? Now, what I should have done, or what I could do, is say no, and then also click this. So this is interesting, and for you Zapier people, you'll watch this and be like, oh man, you should have done this initially, and this is what happens. You know, you build things and you realize they could be better as you're going over them and troubleshooting them. So I should have clicked Create Basecamp 3 Project if it doesn't exist yet. The problem is if I did that, it wouldn't create it from a template. That's right. I actually remember why I didn't click this. So anyway, if you're not creating it from a template, then click this, because then if it doesn't get created for whatever reason, or if it gets created in the amount of time it's delaying before looking for it and it can't find it, it's just going to create the project. Okay. So the next thing is find a person in Basecamp 3. Now, my assistant is already in my Basecamp account, so it's finding her based on her name. Okay, and I went into Basecamp to look to see if I can find, to see what her actual name was within the Basecamp software. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we're going to need to recall this information for later steps, okay? So now that we've found the project and found the person, we are actually adding the person to a Basecamp project, to a project in Basecamp 3, particularly to the project that we just created. So add person to a project, account, action. So the account has been Yona. The project, now what I did here was I chose the ID, okay, of when it was created. Okay, so, did I do it from where it was created or where it was found? Where it was found. Okay, right? So, yeah, number 4, right? So what I did here was I went to this and I said, you know what? I want to know for sure that it's the right one, and this is a unique number given to the project. So I chose that as the search term, essentially, that it's going to use to find the project. That's like 100% success rate there. And then it says, who do you want to add? You can either do this, or you can just simply put the name and email of the person in. So Elizabeth's name is Elizabeth Seedy. Her email address is that. And so then I clicked continue. So that added her to the project. Now, find a to-do list in Basecamp 3. Now, I wanted to find a to-do list called Finish Onboarding, but the to-do list does not exist in the project. So I know that that's the case, but it's okay because I clicked Create Basecamp 3 to-do list if it doesn't exist yet. So it's automatically going to create one that's called Finish Onboarding. Okay? And then create a to-do or a task in the to-do list. So now it's going to find the project it's in. Okay, it's gonna go through all these steps again to make sure we have the right project and everything. It's going to to-do set is just to-do list. This was confusing at first. I didn't understand what this meant, but just click to-do list if this is what you're doing. The to-do list is this. Okay, so the to-do list ID. Okay, so what I did there was find to-do list in Basecamp 3, and then I just went to the ID. Okay, just kind of like I did when I found the project. And then the name of the to-do is call client and finish onboarding. And the description, I put the battle sheet should help, just so that Liz knows and has an easy link to the battle sheet that I created with all of the steps and all of the things she needs to accomplish in order to finish the onboarding of our client. And then I assigned Elizabeth to, or as the person that needs to complete this task. I clicked yes, I want to notify her, and I said it's due 2 days from now. And then clicked continue and published everything. And now this Zap is fully functional. So that is that. I hope this is helpful. I know it's kind of confusing. Next time I build one of these, I'll try to do it so that the recording is done while I'm actually building it and going through it. But this, I just feel like giving you a little peek behind the curtain at kind of what I do around here, kind of the things I work on a daily basis, the little things I create to make the business a little bit better all the time, is interesting to you. And even if this is not something you could necessarily follow along with step by step by step to build it for yourself, at the very least, it might give you some ideas about what sort of automations you could create to make your business better, or just to make your life a little bit easier when running your business. You might not have an assistant, or you might have a huge team. Either way, these things are really, really helpful. And I hope this video was at least somewhat valuable to you. Again, in the description, if you want to check out this CRM and use it for your business or for your clients or both, I run my whole business off of this. These sorts of things are insanely easy to create and then implement. And I've used a lot of CRMs in my day, and this is by far the best one. It is a game changer for agencies. It's a game changer for roofing contractors and other home service providers who have these complicated CRMs that they're already using and are barely using them because they're so complicated. This, on the other hand, is really easy to use once you know how to use it. And it's easy to learn how to use. And that's just so important and so awesome and very refreshing and exciting when that actually happens. So anyway, that's it, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I hope this video was really valuable to you. If it was confusing, let me know. If it was too basic and you already knew this stuff and this seems stupid to you that I'm actually sharing it, let me know that too, because that would surprise me. But it would give me some insight into kind of who's watching my channel and at what level they're at with regard to building these things themselves and understanding this stuff. So anyway, click the link below to get a 14-day trial for free of this software. You'll absolutely love it. Use Zapier. Think about automations. Comment on really cool automations that you've built and share with me some ideas for automations that might benefit my business if you have some ideas. And that's it, guys. Let's have a conversation and keep building stuff and keep getting better and serving your clients, and life will be good, I promise. See ya.